Welcome to the Custodial Support Forum. With each episode, we discuss issues and provide solutions to one of the largest problems in America, child support. Hi, my name is Kai Patterson and I'm your host. In this episode, we'll discuss issues related to filing to receive a child support order, and we're going to show you how to calculate how much child support you should be receiving or paying.
Are you owed child support?
Does the non-custodial parent of your children avoid your calls, hide their income and assets, or has relocated to prevent paying child support?
The Custodial Support Foundation provides you with the services to begin receiving the child support your children need.
Call 855-851-HELP now to receive the help your children deserve.
Welcome. According to the Office of Child Support Enforcement, 2 out of every 3 custodial parents that should be receiving child support don't have child support orders. To discuss this issue, we have a panel of guests that are well versed with the problems associated with child support in America. We have Diane Hernandez, who spent 4 years as an investigator for the 9th District Court in Orlando, Florida. We have Antoinette Dismukes, a custodial parent who's owed over $62,000 in child support. And we have Alexandra Stremler, who is a family court lawyer with more than 19 years experience related to child support. Welcome.
Hello, Kai.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about filing to receive a child support order. Okay. Let's talk about what a child support order is and what are the advantages to obtaining a child support order for a custodial parent.
Well, Kai, it's really important that if you have children, that both parents be responsible for their upbringing. Now, when parents separate, be they divorce, even if they were never married, break up, domestic violence, all of those court proceedings provide for you to apply for what's called a child support order. That puts in place the amount of obligation that each parent is required to contribute for the child, and it provides an enforceable order that the litigants can then go and have guarantee of receiving funds, and if they don't receive it, then they have something that they can enforce later.
As well, in regards to the advantages of filing a child support, it just provides structure. Correct. As well as parental certainty that that child is going to be taken care of. Hence the word child support. It is to protect the best interest of that child, because you're going to have 2 emotional parents who are going to disagree.
Right.
And you need to have some base, some foundation that you can come to and just make those hard and solid decisions and move on.
Isn't it also going to help both the custodial and non-custodial parent to determine how much child support should be paid in the event that they disagree?
Yes, in regards to child care,
okay.
In regards to medical benefits, co-pays, things of that nature, education, especially if a child is in private. You have all those expenses,
school,
and that's
yeah.
actually, yes, private school.
Okay.
That's all incorporated actually in the motion of the child support, that you can make note of those things as constant. It's a fixture, it's not going anywhere.
Well, the other...
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. With that, yeah, having something concrete, paper trail with the court order,
Okay.
in case something, if you do have a healthy relationship with a non-custodial parent, and something, God forbid, were to happen, you do want to have that base, that concrete base of paper trail in case something doesn't go right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and one thing I want to follow up with all of the things we talked about, for everybody to remember, child support is a child's right.
That's correct.
Right.
It is not either parent's right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And to focus on that and establish a number for the child,
Okay.
well, wherever the parents end up in their relationship, the child has that constant and knows that they have that entitlement. And with an order from the court, it says this kid is entitled to that much. And then you move on
Ultimately,
from
it's
there.
about the child
Right.
that with child support. Exactly
Absolutely.
what it is about the child's
Exactly.
well-being overall.
But you know what? Now think about this. If 2 out of 3 custodial parents that are owed child support don't have a child support order, why don't custodial parents obtain a child support order?
But there's so many reasons why a parent may not custodial parent, and a custodial parent is the parent that the child lives with.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And a non-custodial parent is the parent that the child does not live with. Now, with all that being said, if you have an amicable relationship,
Okay.
and that's a friendly relationship, and then you go and file for the child support, that throws everything out the window. As well, if you're in fear that the non-custodial parent will not be a part of their child's life as well. But then there's also a fear factor,
Okay.
okay, for the custodial parent, that if they file, that non-custodial parent is going to commit violence against them. Because you have a lot of non-custodial parents out there that threaten a custodial parent if they are to file child support against them.
And filing also, a lot of parents a lot of times have just intimidated by the system.
They're intimidated
They're
by
intimidated not only by the non-custodial parent, but by stories, horror stories they've met. Maybe they have gone initially to the child enforcement order. Paperwork.
If you've ever seen that
That's
application,
correct. Absolutely.
when you look at it, it's
Is it
intimidating.
intense?
Overwhelming.
Is it
And
intense?
overwhelming.
And it's just like 5 pages, and you're trying to figure out, first of all, who are you? Are you the defendant or are you the plaintiff?
Well, the
Well,
great
you know,
thing.
even I'll tell you, the other thing I hear all the time,
Right.
I also hear who's the plaintiff, who's the defendant, and sometimes child support enforcement people don't even know who's who on documents.
Right.
I had a case just the other day where I had to call the court and we couldn't figure out who was the plaintiff and the defendant. But the other issue is there's a feeling that it costs so much money. And remember, if you need child support and you already are behind the 8 ball on money, and you got an intimidating process, and you got to go to court, I want to remind everybody.
So parents don't know it's free?
No, there's a
Right,
filing
it's a
fee. It's
filing.
like
Okay,
$8.
right. Okay,
and
right,
it's,
yeah,
It's
okay.
nominal, but the thing is that this is something you can do. Go down to your county courthouse,
Right.
ask for where you file for child support. They will direct you, and go down, fill out the paperwork, pay your $8-10. That's it. But I believe a lot of people are daunted by the whole process and the concern about expense and I got to get a lawyer thing. And not that I think that's a bad plan, but
Another little added caveat in that whole thing is the embarrassment
Embarrassing.
for a custodial parent to have to go down and even file, because it's amazing how the system is set out and how it imposes a certain air.
A perception?
Yes, definitely a
Okay.
perception in regards to you not being able, you being incompetent, you being unresponsible, not responsible. So you go
are you
in
saying
with
that if
this.
the 2 parents don't get along, there's this perception that the 2 parents may not be responsible and that they have to use the system?
well, that's one. But the other side of that, and I
Okay.
want to follow up because I totally agree with you. There's that stigma of we're going for assistance, even though
Exactly, it's not public assistance.
It's
It's,
assistance.
support for your
Even-
child.
even-
but that's the mindset.
Right, but even worse is a parent going there and not knowing the non-custodial's address.
Oh, the
what
information.
whereabouts.
Yes,
So
yes,
that,
yes,
you know,
yes,
like,
yes.
I don't know where he lives, or he lives
Can you
with
imagine
his mom, or he
saying someone, a case manager asking you, you don't know their last name,
of their,
you don't
or
know
in
their address?
personal
It makes you
information.
feel embarrassed
So that's
as
where
well.
you would need investigative
shame.
services, where they
Right,
would help
okay,
locate
exactly.
locate the non-custodial parent, any type of income that he has, or any assets as well.
But when you say private investigator or investigate period, now you're talking more money.
Yeah.
For a custodial parent,
Right.
most times they are single.
That's true.
Okay,
Right,
so when you
absolutely.
look at all of the additional costs that are adding up,
But you don't need that to file. That's
That's
what I'm
right.
saying.
You don't need
Correct.
that.
So that's
Yeah,
the first
that's
step.
right.
The first
You
step.
can just
it's free.
file
Exactly.
it. And you know what? You can leave half the blanks on that form empty.
That's true.
Right.
And
It's
you
the
know-
initial step
But-
for the support of your child.
You know,
Correct.
one other issue that I think needs to be brought up here is there are a lot of single parents who just don't want to deal with the parent. And
It's a hassle.
They don't want to deal with the
And then a
non-custodial
hassle.
parent.
Exactly.
Right.
and what
Exactly.
no, but you know what?
Exactly.
And a lot of people have a lot of pride. and say, hey, I can do it by myself.
Right.
Oh.
That is true.
I don't want to deal with him. I never want to see her again. See?
But-
But the thing is that,
Exactly.
and they think I can do it, but the thing is that
They're forgetting the child.
that's right. That's
Correct.
the point.
And
Because,
all of that,
Yeah,
they're
you can put milk on
forgetting
the table.
about the child.
but you know what? That kid needs to have the after-school program. That kid needs to have the baseball league.
They need to be
Advantages.
cultured and go on
entitled to-
vacations.
Or have their college
and-
tuition.
Exactly.
Because all that money can actually.
Exactly.
I've heard custodial parents say, I don't want to deal with it, but not realizing that unless you have their college tuition saved up in the bank.
Deal with it.
you know,
It's your responsibility.
Exactly. You're
You have
letting
to-
down your
you
child.
have to-
You have a
Right.
responsibility to your child.
Absolutely.
right.
It's not about your. It's not about the not custodial parent, not
parents
custodial
at
parent.
all.
It's about that child. You have a responsibility. You took an initiative. This is the consequences. Now be responsible.
All right,
Exactly.
quickly. If a parent wants to file, where do they go? Where do you go to file to receive a child support order?
Okay, what you need to do is go to your local, it's a branch of the judiciary. Generally, it's the family division or whatever that name is in your state, but in New Jersey, it's the family division, Chancery Part. If you walk in the door and ask anybody who's their sheriff's officer, I'm here to file with the family division, they will tell you right where to go.
You don't
And
even
they
have to say
actually
family division. You can say, I'm here to file child support.
Well,
And
the
they'll
thing
tell
is,
you
and
exactly
they'll
where
give
to
you
go.
a pack of information at this point. If you want to go online,
Correct.
the other thing,
Well, we actually have a website for this show. And if you're a viewer and you want to know where to file to receive child support, you can actually go on our website and you'll know exactly where to file. As a matter of fact, we
and what
actually
to
have
bring.
we actually have every state. All you have to do is go to custodialsupport.org, and there's an option there for all 50 states, state resources, and you click on state resources and you'll know where to file.
and if you and if you go to that address, or if it's too difficult to get there by car, email.
That's right.
You know, or get online and you can.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, that's all the time that we have in this segment. But I want the viewers to stay tuned, because what we're going to do now is we're going to actually provide viewers with a workshop on how to calculate how much child support they should be receiving or paying. And we're going to bring on our legal analyst, Ben Kelson. So stand by and stay tuned.
Are you owed child support?
Does the non-custodial parent of your children avoid your calls, hide their income and assets, or has relocated to prevent paying child support?
The Custodial Support Foundation provides you with the services to begin receiving the child support your children need.
Call 855-851-HELP now to receive the help your children deserve.